Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
Boom. Let's talk about it. So check this out, right? Moment of transparency. So last night, before I was going to sleep, I was thinking about today, and I was just like, you know what? I ain't gonna make no video. You know what I'm saying, today. I was like, I don't know. Like, I just was like, I'm not gonna make a video. So I went to sleep last night, and I just couldn't get comfortable. So I woke up this morning a little later than I normally do, right? Because, I'm an early riser, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to switch some stuff up, right? Like, I ain't gonna go to the gym at this certain time and this, that, and the other, right? But I felt so uncomfortable. Like, I felt like something was out of the ordinary, right? And I'm sitting there, and then just a word came to me, right? And a lot of us are praying for something big, right? Like, a lot of us are going through something in our life right now that we want God to show up and show out, right? We want God to show up and boom, bless us. And he blesses us in such a way that, you know what I'm saying? It's everybody's going to know, everybody's going to see it. It could be, that new house, that new job, whatever the case may be, right? We're praying for something big. But a word came to me and was just like, the waiting for that big blessing is the testing. You see, because I believe that God will send you small blessings to see how you handle those blessings before you get to the big blessing, right? And so as I started thinking about that, I started thinking like, man, you know what? I woke up this morning. Not only did I wake up this morning, I woke up in my right mind. Like, I woke up being okay up here. I woke up being okay here. And I started to just think, right, and I got kind of emotional, right, because, I grew up, I always talk about my grandparents, but I grew up and I grew up hearing that in the church all the time. I thank God for being in my right mind. And you don't understand the magnitude of that until you are around people who are not in their right mind. You don't understand the magnitude of waking up in your right mind until you're looking at the news and you see these mass shootings of this, that, and the other. Let's take it a step further. You don't appreciate waking up into your right mind until you dealing with people in your family that's not in their right mind. Right? And so I just began to think about it. And then I just started thinking about it, how, I am that person within my family that if you call me, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do whatever I can do to let's talk about the situation, right? And I just got overwhelmed, right? Because here I am, not understanding that these small, minute blessings that we think is small, but it's major. You know what I'm saying? You waking up this morning, I go to one of these hospitals, walk in those hospitals, and those people that's laid up that wish they can just get up, stretch, and go on about their day. You see, when you open your eyes in your own bed and you're able to get up and brush your own teeth, that's a blessing. And for so many of us, we get up and it's so routine that we don't even understand the blessing. So if you can't handle the mere fact that God woke you up this morning, what you gonna do with more? You see, a lot of people don't realize that you are living the very thing that you have prayed for. That job that you can't stand right now is something that you prayed for. That car that you're driving in right now is something that you prayed for. But what happens is once you receive it, it loses its, shine. It loses it, right? So then you start already thinking about the next, but you're not appreciating that. So that's why you're in this position. You're not happy. You feel like God's not hearing you. It's because you don't appreciate the small blessings. So when I woke up and I said, I wasn't going to do this video, whatever, just something just came over me, right? And I looked on my YouTube and I seen the mess. I'm sorry if I don't know, if I can't remember your name, but when someone said that they needed to hear what I had said, and it hit me. Like, it hit me. I'm not famous. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that, right? But if I woke up and I chose not to do something, it might affect the next person. When I am off, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not on my square, it's a ripple effect. I grew up watching my grandparents live the life that they talked about. And I just, you know what I'm saying, I think about those times, and I think about, like, if I would have saw them not living the way that they was, you know what I'm saying, teaching to live, I would start thinking, like, what would that have done to me? Like, what would that have done to me? So then I look at myself and I'm just like, listen, man, God has blessed me that I'm able to process certain things. I'm no better than the next person, but we all have a purpose. And it's just like, I got to thank God for that. There's something inside of you that you got to thank God for. And the problem is, this world will have you start not realizing that you're blessed. I'm a fan of Tyler Perry, right? Because when I was younger, my grandparents, they didn't go to the movies. They didn't do none of that stuff, but they would go to a Tyler Perry play. They would go to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they did because it was church-based, right? And I was just a fan. And there was a point in time when I was just like, I can be Tyler Perry. I write, I this, that, and the other, right? But then I said, but I don't know what he been through. I see the glory, but I don't know the real story. I don't know them times, right? And see, what the world to do is have you looking at someone else's highlight reel and measuring that to where you are. So you're looking at that and you're not realizing how blessed you are. If you woke up in a home, if you woke up in an apartment, it's yours. If you going into a Bentley, if you going into a old Ford Festiva, it's yours. If you going downstairs eating cornflakes, or if you going downstairs eating the box of cereal with the little check on the front, it's yours. And until you appreciate what you have, you can't get greater. All of us is not going to be millionaires. You know why? Because you being a millionaire just might kill you. Look at it. It's tax time. There's people who got their taxes early. As soon as you can file, they got their taxes and they don't have nothing to show for it now. So what do you think you're going to do winning the lottery? You can't control what you have now. There's certain people that's praying for, oh man, you know what I'm saying, I want this house, this, that, and the other, but you can't afford what you have now. So you not getting that is a blessing itself because you're not ready. That's why I say I always thank God for the doors that was closed. I thought that I was supposed to be on the other side of so many doors, but I thank God that I wasn't, because me going over there could have killed me. Me going over there could have made me not wake up in my right mind. You have to really start thanking God for what you thought was your best and you didn't achieve it. So I just wanted to take a moment to just hopefully this hit somebody, right? Because it hit me this morning, man. I woke up, I just looked and I was just like, you know what, God, you know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I'm thankful. And the way that I try to live my life is when I see God blessing other people, I'm thankful for that too. Because if he did it for them, he can sure enough do it for me. We got to stop all of this hate. You see someone else getting, you know what I'm saying, blessings, the worst thing you can do is hate on them. Nah. If God did it for them, he can do it for you if you're doing what you're supposed to do. You can't sit back and be like, how she lost 35 pounds while you eating all of this stuff and ain't got up and even walked. You got to be prepared for the blessings that you're praying for. And not only do you have to be prepared, you got to be thankful for the blessings that you already have. If you got up and you looking at this video and you got Wi-Fi, that's a blessing. So anyways, man, y'all have a great Sunday.